Hi guys, raining hard outside. If you've been following my little series, I've been making batteries. Got potato battery here to run solar rockers without their solar panels, and had a few problems. One of the solar circuit boards was giving me problems. The little capacitor seems to be faulty, and when I took it off I also found that the printed circuit had come away, so I had to use other bits. And what we've got here is the leftover bits reused and added to some other bits of junk. I think I'm waffling a bit, but I'll try and explain where I'm going with this. Right, got one of those executive toys, one of those things that just sits on your desk and rocks. And I put a couple of neodymium magnets on it. I only need one at the back, the one at the front's to help balance it, so it still rocks. Here we've got the arm from a hard drive. Moves in and out to access the different tracks on the hard drive. It does that with a little coil there, so it's magnetically moved. What I've done is I've used the little circuit board that was broken from one of the solar rockers. I've done away with the little coil from the solar rocker, and I've wired it to the coil from the hard drive arm. The capacitor didn't seem to work, so I've used a different capacitor there that I found in my box of capacitors. I've got lots of bits and pieces. I'm running it off 2 nickel metal hydride batteries. Obviously there's more there, but I'll just connect up to 2 of them. And what that does, charges the capacitor, the little circuit board, sends a pulse of current through the coil, and that will either attract or repel a magnet, which is how they work. So instead of using the solar rocker magnet, we're using that neodymium magnet. So if I put him just over that coil, I don't want it to move, I'm trying to stop it. Right, okay, so that's stationary. So we then connect up 2 batteries, so that would be 2.4 volts, because they're about 1.2 each. Oh, and there we go. You'll notice it stutters a bit because the natural rhythm of that thing is not in sync with the pulses coming from the circuit board. So it gets a pulse, and then it actually gets completely out of sequence and stops itself. The pulse comes at the wrong time and it stops it rocking. You might be able to adjust it a little bit just by changing the position. Anyway, I just thought I'd show that. So that's just bits of junk stuck together. Just turn that a little bit, so that we've got in effect it's a pulse motor. We're getting pulses here that are pushing a magnet. If I had that on a rotating pivot, then it would actually drive itself round in circles. suppose I could give it a bit more voltage just to see if we can push it a bit harder. Oh yeah. That's giving it about 3.6 volts now. Which is a bit excessive. Put that back again. I don't know how much voltage that little circuit board can handle, but we won't blow it up. Yeah, that's back on just 2 batteries. My little solar witch is going very well on the 2 banks of batteries there. So they're about 0.7 volts each, so she's getting about 1.4 volts now, because they're in series. Parallel along there, series across there. She's been going for over 24 hours now. I have added some water into here so that the batteries, so the potatoes don't dry out too quickly. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.